How's it going, YouTube? It's Root Junkie here once again, and in today's video we're going to be talking about the Key Croc. And I wanted to show you a bug or two. So this one is a bug that I found on the Key Croc that has to do with numlock and typing numbers in payloads. Okay, so you've probably seen this payload before, which is croc info. And anytime you type that with the keyboard in the Key Croc, it prints out all the information for your Key Croc. Just to kind of tell you what version it's on, firmware, its IP, so on and so forth. Okay, how to do SSH gives you all that information. Now, if you turn numlock off, if I remember right, I always get them confused. It's either off or on. It might be on. And now you do the exact same payload. You can see that what happens is it doesn't type anything with numbers and the whole payload gets scrambled. Okay, so it's very, very important that numlock is in the right position on the keyboard or technically on your computer, because it's actually set on your computer. And one of my payloads actually sets it before it runs anything with numbers. So it might be a good idea to do some of that. So you can see that on GitHub. I've got a little script that does that in PowerShell. It will turn numlock to the right position so that you don't get these funny errors. So the other thing I wanted to show you was another cool payload, and this one is for capturing Windows passwords, and it's pretty neat. Okay, so let's show it to you. So I got a SSH into my Croc, so I'm going to go ahead and do that with my little payload that automatically does it for you. And right here actually is right there. That's that numlock little script if you want to copy it down, and that's what turns PowerShell to turn numlock to the correct position. So that's pretty convenient and really nice to have. Okay, so now in here we're going to show you the file. So it's going to be, we can do it with nano. Let's nano it, and then we'll go into password grabber GUIL. Yeah, that's the one. Okay, so here is the password grabber, right? And again, this is all on GitHub, so you can get it very easily. Okay, so right here, what happens is if somebody types GUIL or Windows L, which is an automatic logout, it logs out any computer out of Windows, this thing sees that. When it sees it, it then monitors the keyboard until enter is hit, which basically would be like, what did they type? And then hit enter to log back in. Okay, so it's pretty cool. Then what it does over here is it does some saving and some moving around of that information and puts it in a log and actually sets it up so that you can actually then use that password anywhere you want. Okay, you can also make it a variable and use it in the rest of the payload if you want to do something totally different, like log back in and change their password or something. Okay, we're just using it to capture it. All right, so this is the payload. So then what I want to do is I want to show you how it works. Okay, so I'm gonna just close this guy out. Okay, and then we're gonna actually run it. So we'll minimize this guy down. We're back over here. Let's go ahead and run the payload. So I'm gonna hit GUIL on my Key Croc keyboard. This went ahead and logged me out. I'm not sure if you guys can see this. And now I'm gonna type in a password and hit enter. So now that we have captured the password, once the target, as you could say, has pressed the GUIL or the Windows L key to log out, and they have re-entered that in, we can now use a couple other payloads that I created that really just help you to access that information. So one of them is called show pass, and what it does is it types out the password that was captured, right? And actually it'll type out every password that was ever captured with this payload. So that can be super convenient and really nice. The other one is my pass, and this one will type out the filtered without the shift and the enters so that you can actually use it. And the reason you want to do that is because now you have this password, and if you go up to this computer and it's been logged out, you should be able to just type in my pass into the password screen, and it will type in the most current password that has been used and log you in. The other thing you can do on that screen is you can actually type show pass, and it'll print all those passwords out that it's logged, and then you can hit the little show eyeball on the password screen, and it'll actually reveal that text, and then you can skim through it with the arrow keys. So then you can be like, oh, I think it might be this one or that one, and you can try a couple different ones. So this is a really powerful tool to capture passwords and be able to log back into machines using the Key Croc. So actually, let's show you those two payloads really quickly. So if we come back into our shell here, our SSH, we can do cat. I'm just going to cat these. So enter. So this is the one that is show pass, and basically what it does is deletes everything on that row, and then it cats a log file. Okay, and the other one is my pass, and this one right here does the same thing, deletes everything on the row, and then it cats and filters another file, another log file right there. So really easy to use, quite convenient. And don't forget, if you accidentally have the numlock in the wrong position and you type my pass, right, what's going to happen is you're going to see you don't get the numbers. So numlock is super important because it will not print things correctly if the numlock is not in the right position. So just again, be aware of that. Any payload requires numlock on the computer to be set correctly for it to type numbers correctly. But that's going to wrap it up for this video, guys. I hope you have enjoyed it. Stay tuned for more videos on the Key Croc. Give me a big thumbs up, comment below, and we'll catch you in the next one. Root Junkie out.